how can I convince my uncle to switch from IE to Chrome? You know, it's difficult, and honestly, I would say kind of stupid to try to convince someone to use something different. And here's why. Because they like what they're using now. Unless, of course, they don't, in which case they don't need a lot of convincing, in which case the question's kind of moot. But when you try to convince someone to switch, you are forcing your own opinions and perspective on somebody else's life. And whether we're talking about web browsers, religion, which some people would argue that web browsers are a religion, you're talking about putting your experience and superimposing it over somebody else's. If they are fine with Internet Explorer and there are no issues, I don't think you really should be convincing anybody to switch. Now, that being said, if they're using Internet Explorer for all the wrong reasons, as in I'm using IE6 because it's nice, that's a bad reason to use Internet Explorer. Versus something like Chrome, what it will take to convince anybody, yes, except unless it's IE6, exactly. I agree. I'm with you. There's a little lag there with the chat and the live video feed. What it usually takes to get someone to switch is not to get someone to switch, but to convince, or when they're ready to switch, they got to be ready. You can't teach someone who doesn't want to learn, usually, or not easily. Pointing out a feature. You can't just say Chrome is better, wholesale. Better how? Better is relative, guys. If you showed certain features that exist in one browser and not another, that is what will help enable the switch. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you say, well, search is faster, that's not really going to win over the average user, honestly. So when you have a set of features that you know that the person's going to appreciate, that they're not getting now in what they have, that would be the time to recommend something different. Whether we're talking about a browser, operating system, computer, gadget, whatever. It's always funny. I've talked to people who said, "Oh, I hate Apple. I hate Apple." Well, why? Why do you hate Apple? Well, because of this, this, and this. I'm like, oh, well, have you seen this? No, I haven't seen that, but I don't like Apple. Well, have you seen this? Well, yeah, but that's nice, but I still don't like Apple. Well, wait a minute. You like the things that it does, but you don't like it? That doesn't make a lot of sense, right? But what will win someone over 9 times out of 10 they're going to be the features, the functionality, something that something else does that they currently can't do because of a limitation of the platform. If we're talking specifically about software, something that would match what they want. Listen to what the user wants. User, what do you want? I want this, 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 this. Okay, well, based on those parameters, this would be your best choice. And this may very well be, for that person, Internet Explorer. So IE is not necessarily better or worse, compared to Google Chrome. If you're trying to convince them to switch, show them some things Chrome can do that Internet Explorer can't do, that they would be interested in. If you show them themes, that's not exciting. Show them synchronization. That's exciting, especially if they have more than one computer. That's a big deal. Now, if they don't have more than one computer, the idea of synchronizing is not all that exciting. Show them some of the extensions that they can download from the extensions gallery for Google Chrome or Chromium. Point out some things that they're going to appreciate about the browser. And maybe you're going to learn they don't need to switch. It's just the way it is, right? You don't want to fight people on it. Worse yet, let's say you did convince them to switch. Something goes wrong. Guess who they're coming to?